Subscribe now for real, unfiltered celebrity moments you won't see anywhere else first. What you're about to hear didn't come from a staged interview, a polished red carpet appearance, or an official statement. It came from a place where celebrities are usually at their most unguarded, an airport. No scripts, no media teams controlling the angles, no time to prepare reactions. Just real life happening in real time. Shanghai Pudong Airport was moving like it always does. Fast, crowded, loud in that familiar, constant way. People focused on departures, arrivals, reunions, delays. Nobody expected that within seconds, attention would shift completely. It started subtly. A few people noticed a familiar face walking through one of the terminals. At first, there was hesitation. You know that feeling when you think you recognize someone but aren't completely sure? That was the mood. Then someone whispered a name. Another person turned. Then another. Ma Xiaoyu. Not surrounded by a heavy security presence. Not trying to hide. Just walking at a steady pace, dressed casually enough to blend in, but not enough to go completely unnoticed. There's always something about public figures, the way they carry themselves, that gives them away. But here's where things began to feel different. He wasn't alone. Walking right beside him, matching his pace almost perfectly, was Meng Na. And this wasn't one of those situations where two people just happened to be heading in the same direction. There was a clear connection in the way they moved together. No awkward distance. No attempt to create space for appearances. People began to slow down. You could almost feel the shift in the air. Conversations lowered. Eyes locked in. Phones quietly came out, some pretending to check messages while angling for a better look. And then it happened. Their hands met. Not by accident. Not a brief touch. It was intentional, natural, and, most importantly, comfortable. The kind of hand-holding that doesn't ask for permission or attention. The kind that suggests this isn't new. Now imagine being there in that exact moment. You're standing a few steps away. You see it clearly. You're trying to process what you're witnessing while deciding whether to record, to stare, or to just walk past and pretend you didn't see something that could explode online within minutes. Because let's be honest, this isn't something small. For a long time, both Ma Xiaoyu and Meng Na have kept their personal lives tightly controlled in the public eye. Appearances have been carefully managed. Interactions have been measured. And yet here they were, in one of the busiest public spaces possible, doing something that leaves very little room for interpretation. Holding hands. Not hiding it. Not rushing to let go when people started noticing. If anything, they seemed completely unfazed. That's what makes this moment so striking. Usually, when public figures realize they're being watched in a situation like this, there's a shift. Hands separate. Distance appears. Body language changes. But that didn't happen here. They continued walking, still connected, still moving as if nothing around them had changed. Which raises the question, was this meant to be seen? Or was it simply a moment of authenticity that slipped through without concern? Now picture the reactions around them. One person freezes mid-step, eyes wide, clearly recognizing the significance of what they're seeing. Another nudges their friend, whispering quickly, trying not to draw attention while failing completely. A few people start recording, carefully at first, then more boldly as they realize others are doing the same. There's always that tipping point in situations like this. The moment when a private sighting becomes public knowledge in real time. And this was it. Within minutes, clips began circulating. Short, shaky videos. Zoomed-in frames. Screenshots capturing that exact moment, their hands linked, their expressions calm, their pace unchanged. And here's where things get even more interesting. There was no panic. No sudden attempt to break away. No visible concern. Instead, what people noticed most was how natural it all looked. The kind of ease you don't fake. The kind that comes from familiarity, from comfort, from something that exists beyond a single moment. So now let's talk about what everyone is thinking. What does this actually mean? Because hand-holding, especially in a public setting like that, isn't something that gets brushed off easily. It's not a vague gesture. It's not easily explained away as coincidence. It's a statement, even if it wasn't intended to be one. Some people are already convinced this confirms what many have suspected for a while, that there has been something more between Xiaoyu and Meng Na behind the scenes. Others are more cautious, suggesting that context matters, that a single moment doesn't tell the full story. But here's the reality. Moments like this don't happen in isolation. There's always a build-up. A series of interactions, decisions, and circumstances that lead to something like this unfolding so openly. And the fact that it happened in such a visible place, without apparent concern, adds another layer to the situation. Think about it. Airports are unpredictable. You never know who's watching, who's recording, who's going to recognize you. For two people in the public eye, it's one of the last places you'd expect to see a moment like this if it wasn't genuine. Which brings us back to that central moment. Their hands didn't separate. They walked through the terminal together, side by side, as if the world around them didn't exist. And maybe, in that moment, it didn't. Now let me ask you something. If you were there, what would you have done? Would you have recorded it immediately? Would you have tried to get closer? Or would you have just stood there, taking it in, realizing you were witnessing something that people online would soon be analyzing from every possible angle? Because that's exactly what's happening now. Every detail is being examined. The timing. Their expressions. The way they move together. Even the smallest gestures are being replayed, slowed down, and discussed. And yet, despite all the analysis, one thing remains clear. That moment was real. Unfiltered. Unstaged. Uncontrolled. And those are the moments that tend to matter the most. As the videos continue to spread and conversations keep growing, one question keeps coming back again and again: what happens next? Will there be a response? Will this be acknowledged? Or will it remain one of those moments that speaks for itself without needing explanation? Because sometimes, silence says more than any statement ever could. Make sure you're subscribed, because if anything else unfolds from this, you'll hear it here first. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more.